It's Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center at 1550 North High Street in the South Campus Gateway. Gateway has indoor parking at 11th and High. Further details online at gatewayfilmcenter.com.
It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org. I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Srinath Sampath.
And this is It's Movie Time. Srinath, it's January. So what do we have to look forward in movies? Well, you and I have just seen Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. So it's a thriller movie in the Tom Clancy tradition.
Yes.
Srinath, is anybody going to enjoy this thing?
I think if you're, on the verge of complete boredom or all the other theaters are full, you would, out of a lack of opportunity.
All right. And this is a reboot of the Clancy franchise, and it's a reimagining with Chris Pine. You remember him from Star Trek.
The fearless Captain James Kirk.
And what do you think about him as Jack Ryan?
He serves the part. This is a movie that doesn't want to make waves, and he serves that part really well.
He's we take him back to his days as a doctoral student at the London School of Economics.
That's right. And he's the opening shot, the hero shot, is where he's asleep on a park bench on campus,
Right.
and he's straddling a book called Macroeconomics.
And life is pretty sweet until, of course, he sees on television 9/11.
That is September 11 of 2001.
And so he decides that he's going to defend his country.
That's right. Not his thesis, his country.
But he does eventually do that.
He goes back and writes his thesis.
Just like Srinath,
I
who
did.
just got his. Well, is there anything worthwhile in this movie? I mean, for me, what I'm trying to explore is, I think it's a pretty generic.
Yes.
I think it's boilerplate.
Yes.
I think all the things that happen in this film have happened in numerous thrillers. Jason Bourne, James Bond. This is nowhere near the excellence of either one of those.
Correct.
But it is serviceable.
It is. So if you took Jason Bourne's movies on the one side and all the recent Daniel Craig type James Bond movies, not the Roger Moore ones, and if you drew a straight line from one to the other and you picked up stuff along the way, and also you cut the budget down to about 1/4 of the original budget, which is not a bad thing, it's just what they get to play with,
Right.
then you have Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
The heart of the conflict here, or the terror between the U.S. and Russia, is what?
An act of terrorism complicated by an act of financial terrorism. So a building is set up to be blown, exploded in downtown Manhattan in the financial district, Wall Street, and side by side with that, some Russian bad guy is going to dump a whole bunch of US dollar denominated securities in the market, leading to the eventual collapse of the US dollar.
Thank you. And those two acts coincide.
That's right.
The bad guy is played by the director, Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh, who does a pretty decent job
Yeah.
as the bad guy. He has those really close shots where he glares at you and you're
Yes.
scared.
And fortunately, he has three weaknesses.
That's right.
Which are
Go for it.
Vodka,
Vodka, vanity, and women.
and women. That's right.
Women.
And the woman is indeed a temptation. Keira Knightley.
I don't think he has a problem with his co-star. Keira Knightley does a decent job of her role as Jack Ryan's fiancée.
Yes. Although our audience can certainly know that with her there as Ryan's fiancée, there's a complication that you can almost predict, and that's going to be Victor, who usually likes married women or attached women, and they're going to need her to get involved in this. And when Kevin Costner comes on in his naval uniform, reminding me of No Way Out,
Yes.
I say, here's a nice bridge between the old and the new, and he's handing the torch to Jack Ryan.
That's right.
And
A nice little movie moment for those who kept
Yeah.
up with the Costner career.
Yeah, that's a good one. The sets are beautiful. They're sleek. They're modern. And I think when you and I were talking, you talked something about the shots.
Yeah, I mentioned the budget. I think this was a movie that was, they paid the actors and they didn't have a whole lot left to do computer graphics. So a large number of shots are very close, very jerky, very fast edit, giving you the sense of extreme action without having to blow up buildings or
Right.
cause traffic jams and chaos of a larger scale.
Or when you have oligarch Victor's beautiful office.
Yes.
You have a nice long wide shot so you can drink it all in,
Yes.
all that sumptuousness. Well, Srinath, I'll bet our audience is not quite sure what grades we're going to give it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm going to give it a B minus for Bond Light. Bond as in James Bond and Bond as in Bond Markets, which is what these guys are trying to crush.
And I'm going to give it a C plus because this is just ramping up a bit your credulity about how this could all happen. But you know something? Jack Ryan's on the job, and he's going to save America and save the world.
Again.
Again.
And again, because I bet you this thing's going to do just fine worldwide.
Wow.
And they're probably talking about sequels and quadriquels and what else? Hollywood types talk about.
Very good.